Good morning, it's Harvey Jackson. Just going to get through canola. It had a tough week last week, but the crush is actually just kind of killing it here, and the exports are still lagging. And I'm going to say it's kind of following what the soybeans crush and exports are happening there as well in the U.S. But so I've put a just a bit of a projection forward here for 2026, 27 as well, with a 5% increase in acres and a 90% crush utilization when Cargill comes online with their million metric ton plant. I think it's only a million, so anybody that knows can let me know. So you can see the week here, it was pretty darn good. 95.6% crush utilization to date, 4.09 million metric tons crushed. You can see here that you're basically really lagging on exports versus last year, but when you look at it, maybe on a whole, it's not all that bad. So Trump could decide year-end withdrawal of USMCA, so this is becoming more and more of the news. I know I've already mentioned this, but you got a 6 month withdrawal period, and that could actually cause a fair bit of more pressure on the canola for sure, especially if you choose and have to negotiate each product. Beef would actually be one that would really hurt them for both the Mexico and the Canadian side, but the canola would definitely impact the Canadian or the canola growers that I work with. Brazil sowing at 91%. Canada's jobless rates at 6.5%. You see the Canadian dollar actually rallying a little wee bit as this, but when you look into the jobs numbers, it's actually part-time jobs. So it's not all that significant when it's just part-time jobs. Today is well expected that there's going to be a 12 million farm aid package coming out to the U.S. Farmers, and it looks like it might be hitting all sectors there as well. Fed looks like it's going to have a rate decrease here, but pressure to find a new replacement for Fed Chair Jerome Powell that might have some implications as well. Like, how do you set up for that as well? Just in the news, the plant in Saskatchewan is actually kind of getting through some of the regulatory side. Imagine that Canada has regulatory issues, right? So anyway, government moves really slow. Let's have a quick look at the weather. You can see that there's building snow going across Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta. It looks like there's significant snow over there. Temperatures kind of flow across, and then they get cold again, as you can see here. Here's the weather, and it looks like we're going to get some moisture build in some of these areas here, which is well needed, because there's just last week we were talking about weather decreasing or moisture decreasing. Now it looks like it's getting back to stagnant or normal. Quick look at the markets. Currently the canola is trading $2.70 up, $3 at $2.60. Rapeseed is up $2.75 as well at $4.79.25. Soybean oil is down a third of a penny. Crude oil trading right around $59.50, and soybeans down 6.75 cents at $10.98. So a bit of pressure there with spring wheat actually trading a couple pennies up, where the Kansas and Chicago are down at 1.5. And corn just basically unchanged at $4.50. Canadian dollar still rising. So if you have a look here, you can see that there's some not great days, but it almost looks like there could be a oversold kind of a position here at some point here as well. So if you look at the November or July contract, so July is actually showing the same kind of signs and right at a pivot extension point here. $151 price differential between the European rapeseed and canola price in Canadian dollars. So European rapeseed is above this 145 kind of range and starting to break out of this range above this, which could encourage more sales of canola. Policy on oil share performance, and this is just a difference between renewable, when your renewable diesel is in the plan versus before, but you can see just a slight pullback on the oil share at the moment. Soybean, although when you look at soybean oil, it's been just chugging away sideways here, but the soybeans have been on this slow decrease here. Soybean meal, same idea. Crude palm oil basically starting to trade a little bit sideways here as well. So when you look at the Canadian dollar or U.S. dollar, comparing Trump in 2016 and Trump in 2024, he does want a low dollar. So that's what he's getting. Canadian dollar right now on the increase, and I think some of the discussion is between what our interest rates are looking like. We're not going to make any changes, and they are going to decrease. So that kind of in favor to push this market up a little wee bit here. But we still look at equalizing our Canadian dollar or U.S. dollar deficits in our accounts there for the guys with the brokerage accounts. Wheat, really nothing to talk about here. Trading sideways in just about every one of the classes. You can see the milling wheat of French milling wheat is almost trading exactly the same as our red spring wheat. Corn futures still looks like it's still getting some support, but it's up against the 200-day moving average there as well. And here's the meats all having the same kind of trends: that live, the feeder cattle, and the lean hogs. December 9th is our next report.